Nationers, welcome back. Episode 41. Here we are, the Realest Podcast, baby. Episode 41. The banner is right behind me. We're going to get right into it. Honestly, this episode, I have a lot on my mind. I have a lot to tell you guys, a lot to update you guys on, a lot to really just talk about. It's pretty intense, but first of all, I do want to thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you guys are new here, welcome. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you guys do enjoy this episode of The Realest Podcast. I just burped while I was talking. I don't know if I've ever done that in my life. Quite frankly, I was dying. However, Nationers, we're back. Episode 41. Again, we got some stuff to talk about. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. I actually brought out the laptop. For any audio listeners, shout out to all the audio listeners. I know there's a lot of you guys out there. There is a laptop on screen, so I'm able to look up stuff just in case if I'm wrong. I don't know. I first off want to talk about this KSI fight. I also want to talk about Addison Rae's Bikini controversy. Jennette McCurdy just dropped a book. People are thinking Tom Brady is a masked singer and he's hiding from the public. It's a lot. It is a lot. Also, just a little bit of update on my Spartan race that happened last week. It's been a wild week. It has been a wild week. This week, even though it's been wild, it has gone by very, very fast. And I think in addition, okay, this mic keeps jiggling. So I'm going to fix that for you guys so you guys don't hear a jiggle every single second of your life. However, Nationers, can we talk about this brand new KSI opponent? The Ivan Nikolov, who is apparently a white supremacist? What? KSI is fighting a racist? What do you mean to tell me? How do you not look into that? How do you not look up a photo of this man and not look at his tattoos? Okay, first of all, obviously, it'd be a little cruel to just to look at the guy and to be like, that guy's a white supremacist. You just can't do that. That's just judgment at its finest, right? However, interestingly enough, this guy who was supposed to be the second fight of this new KSI or this KSI fight next week, was how would I say it? Was a half decent boxer, 3-16-2 or 3-16-1. And he was a pro boxer from, I think, no, it wasn't Germany. It was it was Polish, I think, or something. I forget. I looked at, Bulgarian. He's from Bulgaria. And yeah, it's pretty interesting because I woke up today, I opened up Twitter, and I saw that KSI has a new opponent that's not Swarms because if you guys did not know, Alex Wasabi and KSI were supposed to fight. Alex Wasabi apparently got a concussion, and a lot of people were speculating that he got paid by Jake Paul's promotion because he was under them. Okay, so KSI doesn't have a fight. He needs a new opponent. Jake Paul tried coming at him. It doesn't quite work. He then gets Swarms. Swarms decides to accept the fight. They're fighting, and now the fight's not really as anticipated as it is. And since it is KSI's first bout back, it's to fight this guy who's never fought is okay, that's, I guess, cool, right? It's Usain Bolt running against me. It's damn, what an event, huh? It's not going to be exciting. Usain Bolt will win. I think I'm fast, but I'm not that fast. So, Swarms is apparently not the fight. So they signed another boxer onto the same card. So it's KSI v Swarms versus KSI v Ivan Nikolov, okay? It's a pretty, interesting thing to do. George Foreman? He does the grills. Somebody fought, 4 boxers in one night, which was pretty interesting. However, I think the one thing that was, I guess, the concern was that all 4 people were meant to, lose. They're going to lose. They're going to lose. Also, I forgot to turn on the lights for this episode. Let's turn on these lights. Let's get some lights up in here, honestly. And, yeah, so that was, that was pretty interesting. And now that brings us to today, where KSI has put out a thing on Twitter saying that he didn't say anything. He just posted a new poster, and it has a Mexican pro boxer. I forget his first name, but I know his last name is Padilla. And apparently there's like a new fighter. I'm like, well, what happened to this Ivan guy, right? I think that was like the biggest question that I had this morning, other than what I'm going to eat for breakfast, right? And I'm like, damn, okay, well, that's really odd because the fight's in 7 days. It's in 7 days, okay? So I have this article pulled up, and it says, I'm just going to kind of read it here because I just kind of skimmed through it. I kind of like saw like the headline. I then started skimming through, and I didn't exactly read all the quotes and whatnot. And let's just read it together. I do apologize if I do mispronounce some of these words. They are a bit tricky. I haven't seen one of these words, so you'll know it when we get up to it. However, it says, and he raised eyebrows after announcing, he'd fight both Swarms, a Bulgarian fighter, but Nikolov, 43, really old, has been seen to have neo-Nazi tattoos causing fan fury. Okay, right, that's kind of, it makes sense. Twitter was probably a heyday. A white power tattoo is seen on his stomach and on his left forearm. Nikolov has a tattoo of the words Bloods and Honor with a U. Honor, like color. That is the name of the neo-Nazi skinhead group formed in England in the 1980s. So I have a picture of the dude. I don't know what photo. Oh, I guess I kind of see. I just don't know what photo it is. Hold on. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Wow, we are, wow. Okay, hold on. Let's finish this article. There is some stuff that I think might be interesting, okay? So, also in between the words is a Triskeli symbol. Triskeli symbol? Let's see what that is, actually. Triskeli. I actually do kind of like look. Oh, I see. Okay. I see what it is. Google, don't ban me from your website for looking that up. A three-pointed swastika, which has a logo for the group, which I think the group is like the neo-Nazi skinhead group that they referred to earlier. And then Nikolov also has a Staffel logo on his right arm, which is, I'm assuming, the forearm one that they were talking about, which has the police and military force of the Nazi Party, who pledged an oath of loyalty to German ex-dictator Adolf Hitler. Right? Okay. And this is kind of where, I'm like, okay, I've kind of gotten all the information that I needed, but it says his neo-Nazi tattoos were pointed out by one of his previous opponents, Daniel Blenda dos Santos, who slammed the boxer after winning their fight in April. That's interesting. Also, dos Santos, when I saw his said, when I saw his tattoos, some of them racist in nature, I wanted to hurt him. I think that's a very justified reaction, right? To slam him on the ground. KSI, 28, he's actually not 28, responds to his allegation in the video and has confirmed he's been replaced due to his tattoos. He said he's a white supremacist. Ivan isn't my opponent anymore. He's been removed. The matchmaker also got fired for allowing this to happen in the first place. But yes, my new opponent is Luis Alcaraz Pineda. Did I say Padilla? I said Padilla. Pineda. In case I will fight the Mexican boxer who has a record of 2-5. He last fought, and all just that. Okay, that's basically it. So here we go. This is where this Ivan, apparently, this looks like a Facebook post. Like when your family members, your older family members, like, they just kind of like do an update, but it's not in like the normal text box. It's like an image that has like a background, and then it's all the text on it. That's what this looks like, right? So Ivan Nikolov, I've seen recent news regarding a tattoo referring to quote-unquote white power. This was absolutely no relevance to an outdated opinion and simply refers to my own belief in my strength and power as an athlete. Okay, but I can't read that tattoo. Like, the tattoo's like insanely hard to read. I'm assuming it says the white, does it say white? It does say white power. Okay. I have a criminal record, he does not have a criminal record. He says, I have no criminal record or involvement with the police regarding any racial issues. Now, I understand how the tattoo can be misinterpreted, but I passionately distance myself from any other meaning it may have other than representing my force as a competitor. So, Ivan, the white power Nikolov, apparently is, I don't know. Is he? Like, what does that mean? Also, for anyone wondering who Dos Santos is, I'm assuming he's Brazilian, but he does have dark skin. So, just saying, I could see why he would want to slam him on the ground, saying that there's been a lot of past things that have happened, right? I get it. I mean, that 43-year-old man probably, I guess, deserves it, honestly. I don't know how you, it's like, hey, let's go to the tattoo shop, okay? And let's go, you know what? I'm white. I have power. Why don't I just put a tattoo on me that says white power, right? I guess I could kind of see his side of it, but and I could also see how it gets obviously misconstrued to what he said. But how do you not look at that, KSI, in team, in company, right? How do you not look at that? And it was his stomach just says white power on it, right? I guess you give him a shot, but I guess once you look at that, and I guess there also is some other tattoos that are pretty interesting here. I'm trying to find that one that's the swirl that I looked up that I hope Google doesn't be However, new opponent. Luis Pineda is KSI's new opponent. He's a 2-5 boxer. He's actually a professional boxer, which I guess at this point, KSI has officially fought or is hopefully going to fight a pro boxer before Jake Paul. I don't know. 7 fights is a lot as a pro boxer. 5 fights are a lot to lose. But you get up 6 times, you get knocked down 5, or however the saying goes. However, very, very interesting. I know that was kind of a long-winded whole tangent, but man, do I love having the laptop here. Let me know in the comment section if you guys actually enjoy having the laptop. Is it nice just because I'm able to see our topics? I'm not having to go on my phone. I'm able to just kind of see all the stuff that I need. Let me know. Let me know in the comments whether or not that is a great idea. In addition to that, Nationers, I do want to talk about Miss Addison Rae. We haven't talked about her. We have not talked about her for a while. What episode was that last? Episode 33. Addison Rae. Actually, this TikTok, quite surprisingly, got me 3 million views on TikTok. I don't know how. I don't know why. It just did. On this podcast, on the TikTok, it got me 3.3 million views, which was insane. And we're talking about her again, but not for the TikTok and not for everyone thinking that she was banned. Because how TikTok worked was it started sharing that video a month later as well. And people were she's not banned. And it was always so funny because people would comment at Addison Rae. For anyone that doesn't know, but all the comments were that. You could just go to the comment section and tap the ad. But I was I don't know what to do. It's just you do your own thing, okay? You don't imagine out of the 1,000 comments on this video that somebody hasn't tagged Addison Rae. However, Addison Rae, let's look up this photo here. Because it is pretty interesting. It is one of my actual results here. Addison Rae Bikini, because I did hear about it a while back. So this photo apparently caused a lot of controversy, which I kind of get. I'm not religious myself, but I think there's 2 elements to this that are very interesting when it comes to, I guess, this. And like I said, as a non-religious person, but somebody who likes to explore that with conversations on this, on the podcast, it is very interesting because if you guys do not know, in somewhere in, I think, Christianity, there are 3 figures. There's the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, which makes up the Holy Trinity, right? Which is a very, I guess, sacred thing in Christianity. And mind me, I could be wrong. It could be Catholicism. It could be really any religion. It could be all religions. Who knows? I don't, unfortunately. But maybe we could talk about that in the comments, or we could talk about that another episode once I figure this all out. So Addison Rae apparently did a brand. This isn't just her in a bathing suit from Forever 21, okay? This is a full-on brand, a very big brand, Adidas. or in America, we like to say Adidas. Adidas, okay? Adidas. Adidas sponsor this. Like, it's like a promotional piece. I don't even know what it was for. I'm pretty sure it was just like her in the bikini. Like, I'm pretty sure it was just her in the bikini. And not to say that, like, Addison Rae is, like, entirely in fault, because I don't know. Maybe there's, like, good money behind it. Maybe it was just, like, she wanted to just wear it. I don't know, okay? I don't know what that conversation was like. And let me tell you the placements, okay? So the father is on her right boob. The son is on her left boob, okay? That's the bra piece. And then the underwear is the Holy Spirit, okay? What is this conversation like? It's like, hey, Addison, we're actually thinking about doing something with like the Holy Trinity, with like religion. We just want to do something around that. Like, what are you thinking? You're like a big influencer, right? Like, you probably have some good ideas. What about a bikini? There's three. It's a Holy Trinity. Like, it's a triangle. Like, the two boobs and your underwear. Like, what about if we put, like, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit on it? Like, that would be, whoa, dude. And Addison's like, okay. I think we can probably make that happen. When can we get started? Like, what? Like, how does that conversation go? How does one approach first off with this idea? And then how does one accept this idea? I just don't get it. Like, how does someone do that? I'm blasphemized. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm blasphemized by this. And like on the thing, it has like Adidas and it has like a vertical line between like another thing, and it has like praying, but like the ing is like hinged like downward. It's kind of like my hand right now. It's kind of like it says pray, and then the ing slowly falls off, like it's falling off like a roof, right? I'm just so confused. And apparently she deleted it. I do want to, let's read this insider article here. Very interesting. I mean, like, you know, movie star Addison Rae. I mean, this is big, right? Okay. Rae deleted it. Okay, cool. And the one thing that like really got me like talking about this, my sister actually knew about it. And not that she was gonna buy the bikini, okay? But I was like, I like got an Addison Rae post on my like feed, and I was like, why do people keep saying like Jesus is king in her comments? Like that was the entire comment section. Like it was every single comment was Jesus is king. And now apparently she's supposed to duet another creator, and that's the entire comments. Okay, overlaid praying representatives for Rae did not immediately respond. Okay, well that's great. That's great. I don't know. Deleted the post on Wednesday. However, many commented on Rae's other posts and TikTok posts about the swimsuit, asking the "He's All That" star. Oh, because that's the movie she starred in. To apologize, you know, post on Instagram since she shared the new. She's not addressed it, which is, I guess, like I don't know. Like nobody's gonna remember this in a month from now. You know, there's gonna be a handful of people remember, like, oh, do you remember that moment? But like, even a year from now, you're not gonna remember that she like. You know, she either didn't respond or like didn't care, right? Like, and I think like kind of makes sense. By the way, this bikini apparently was $100 for the Lord, for the Holy Trinity. $100? God damn, just pick up a Bible and go to church. God dang. Goodness sakes. Okay. So, pretty interesting. I don't know. Like, was praying like in praying brand? I think that's a brand. Actually, no actual way. I'm finding this for the first. It's a brand. Oh no, it's still in stock. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's still in stock. It's $100, and I could get it for interest, for free payments of $25 with Sezzle. Wow, look at that. Wow, it's still for sale. It comes in black. It comes in black and red. It comes in rhinestones. That's exactly what I want. I want religion rhinestone on my bikini. Wow. Wow. You could still, should I buy? No, I don't know. I don't know if I want to buy it. Continue shopping. It's in my cart. Praying's an actual brand. I did not know that. I guess it is like, oh, hold up. Let me go to their shop. Let me look at all the other stuff that they have. Why is there an app? Okay. Why is that the only thing? Okay. They have like a spaghetti strap top that says, I'll talk to God when I'm dead. They have like a purse that says God's favorite. They have like a hoodie that says you matter on one side and then don't give up. You don't matter. Oh, I could see where it looks the other way, where it says you don't matter, give up. But I think it says you matter, don't give up. I guess it really matters. I think it matters how you look at that. They also, what the frick is this? Why does this website look like a high schooler made it? Like took web design one time and like made it. And then they have like shorts. They have like shorts that like on the crotch it says girls give girls money. And they have that on a spaghetti strap as well. They have like a whole line of that. This is like fetishizing, not fetishizing, but it's like almost like making a little like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It is, I don't know. It's like making like a little bit of a mockery of like, you know, like religion. Like, I don't know. What is this website? Why? Who is that? I don't even know. I'm so confused. This website, I've scrolled for so long and I'm not even halfway through the page. I'm not even oh my God, I'm just scrolling to the bottom. What is on the bottom? How much stuff do they have? Okay, that's like their YouTube stuff. There's a life coach, Morgan Freed life coach. This is the exact man I want selling me this merch. What is this? Oh my God. Oh my goodness. This is... They have a ghillie hoodie. Oh man, this is interesting. Like, I don't know how you approach that. I'm looking at this afterwards and I don't know. Oh my God, dude, this girl is bent over. She is bent over. And it says on the back of her shorts, it says, no stress, no anxiety. What the absolute crap did I just discover? Oh my goodness. This is... Why are two adults feeding each other milk? Yes, this comment is perfect. It says, stop sexualizing God. I get it. I get it. I think that was like the word. Bro, what am I looking at right now? This is not what I expected. There's this girl that's wearing leggings, and she has like on the leggings it says God's favorite. And she has her legs like closed, kind of, like she's like laying down. And she like she had like cereal within that little area where the Holy Spirit lives, I guess. And yeah, she poured milk in there. This girl smoking cigarettes through a flute. This person is naked with bread all over them in a bathtub. This is Trisha Paytas is on here. No way. No freaking way Trisha Paytas is on here. This is too much. Like, who are these people? Like, are they okay? Are they actually like okay? Like, I'm a little concerned. I'm just... How many followers do they have? How many people decided to hit that follow button? Okay. Only 110,000 people. I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that. This is concerning. Highly, highly concerning. Okay. I do want to at least mention at this point, Nationers, Jennette McCurdy's new book. I've been reading it. I have been very, very excited for this. Been really, really excited just to like start finding out, you know, a little bit more about like her upbringing, because like I think we all knew that there was like some like rough period of life, you know, like growing up. And I don't know if that was like, you know, like 5 years. I don't know if that was 10 years. I don't know if it was until her mother died, you know, because the book is called I'm Glad My Mother Died. It's a really, really kind of like ironic title, right? Like it's like, well, okay, like it's pretty interesting that you're glad that your mom died, you know. Most people would probably be very, very sad, but hey, Jennette, kudos out to you, I guess. So this book is very, very good. I'm about like 60 pages in as of right now. And my goodness, is it a book? Dude, I can't even describe it. It is such an interesting book. It is such an interesting book. So there's like a prologue, or like a beginning. I think she titles it before, and it's like basically her and her brothers, her three brothers who are all older than her. And it's like them like next to like her mom on the hospital bed about to, die, right? Like she had I think breast cancer, if I'm not wrong. Deborah McCurdy, Jennette McCurdy's mother. She passed away. I think she passed away. What was the cause of her death? Yes, breast cancer. She had it since 1995 and was in remission for 15 years. And mind you, like, Deborah looks like she's okay, like, on the outside, but, like, man, is she a control freak. Like, in this book, and I don't know if that's just because of, like, how it's painted out, but it's very consistent throughout the book, where it's like, oh, you're mommy's little girl. You do whatever mommy says. It's kind of like that relationship. And for, like, Jennette, who's also, like, kind of aware that there are, like, other things, like, out there. But it's always like, oh, no, you don't want to go, like, BMXing. You don't want to, like, hurt because mommy wouldn't. So it's like she kind of has to live up to her own mom's interests instead of going to do what she wants. So she refers to Deborah, obviously, as mom. Mom usually calls Jennette Net. Her dad is basically like the most vanilla, bland NPC person ever. However, he's come up quite well. He seems like an all right dude. However, there was a lot of like back and forth. They lived in like SoCal, like a little bit north of like LA, and like growing up, like Deborah like wanted her to act because, okay, basically what I should say first is Deborah wanted Jennette McCurdy to have the life that she never could have because her parents, her grandparents, Jennette's grandparents and Deborah's parents, never would allow her to do it. They never would allow her to go to beauty school. They never would allow her to, well, she went to beauty school, but then I think she got breast cancer and then she had kids and then things changed. So now that she had a girl who was like her little princess, it was basically like a puppeteer, like being like, well, I never got the chance to, so I want to give you the chance to. It's almost kind of like, this is your best interest, right? This is best for you. What I say is the best thing that you could do, So that's kind of encompasses a lot of it. There was like one fight. So a lot of these chapters are like 1 to like 4 pages, but they basically talk about like an event or an occurrence that kind of either helped shape this overall story or is the overall story. So it's kind of like almost like a diary journal where but a recap of it. And so she kind of puts like her own thoughts, like she grew up Mormon. And so she talks a lot about the church, not like how it like affected her, but it was like her only time that she was away from home because she didn't really like being at home. So she was grateful to have these 3 hours at church. And if I didn't mention, she grew up Mormon. I think I mentioned that. And obviously, like, Mormons are kind of identified as like a cult. I have a lot of Mormon friends just because of like, I guess how they've been brought up. Like, I guess their morals are pretty good, for the most part, right? And, they kind of obviously get like their bad rap. And so I imagine a lot of people when they found out like her mom's like a crazy psychopath were like, well, yeah, because she's Mormon, right? And obviously I should pretext this. Like, I think it would still happen even if she wasn't Mormon. I think like the church, so her grandparents were Mormon, but her mom wasn't really she never really went to church. She kind of just said she was religious. And in the book, once her mom got breast cancer, she's like, I need God. Like, God will help me, like, heal, right? And so if she were to pray and pray and pray and keep hoping, that would be, the answer, right? She ended up, losing her battle to breast cancer. And overall, like, that's, I guess, how the church kind of plays in. It kind of just plays like this, like, like a getaway from the house and whatnot. So it's pretty interesting. I haven't got to much of like the iCarly stuff, and I haven't got to much of like her big acting gigs, but we're kind of like in this really early phase of like, you know, like her becoming like a background actor and then becoming a principal actor with speaking lines and, you know, showing up for different shoots. And like a lot of these things kind of take place like months at a time. You know, they're not like, oh, next week or like last week, but some of these happen like, you know, 3 months at a time over the course of, you know, so many years. Like we grew up from her being like 6 and now she's 8, you know? And so, like I said, a lot of these are journal entries kind of looking back at like what it was, wherever these take places like the overall story or kind of like context to it, right? And so there's just kind of like a lot that like has been left unsaid so far. There's been a lot of things I think a lot of people know where she tried getting like hush money from like Nickelodeon for like $300,000, a little over a $250,000, and she denied it. And she went on ABC to kind of talk about that point, and she was like, yeah, like the money would be nice. I'd be able to, you know, like pay off a lot of stuff for like a lot of my family members going through college. But I knew that like it just wasn't right, you know? And kind of through this book, you kind of get to see the sense of like, she knew what was right, but her mom always was like the deciding factor, you know? And it was like, mommy said, kind of like that type of nature. So it's very rough, cut. Like it's very interesting, and I really, really enjoy it so far. Hopefully by next podcast I'll be able to finish it by then, because it is a really good book, and I'm excited to see what happens from it, and just to kind of like see a little bit more into the side of, you know, this acting side, or this the bigger side that is, you know, what we know her as in iCarly and Sam and Cat. And now she's like directing and she's doing films, and it's really, really, really awesome. Very interesting book so far. I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jennette McCurdy. So far is like a high 9, a very high 9, like a 9.8 book. Like it's a good read. It's a good read. It's sold out actually everywhere. It's the #1 book in America right now. So that's kind of all really I know as of right now, 60 pages in. So again, I will get back to you on that. However, Nationers, I do want to at least talk about my Spartan race. Last week, when that episode went live, I was actually running. Right as the episode went live. And mind you, it didn't do super well. But if you guys want to go check out that episode, of course, go check it out. Episode 40, big episode. But episode 41, Nation, we get to talk about the recap of that. And that is, I was the fastest 18 to 24-year-old on that day and at the event. Huh? You're telling me Jared Hathaway, 21-year-old retired ex-track star, was the fastest 18 to 24-year-old? I came 4th overall in the sprint, which is, I think this one, it's a 5K. This market as a 5K, but it was about like 3.6, 3.7 miles. And I finished with a time of 38:11. Again, I finished 4th. I then was kind of like trying to figure out throughout the day, because I was the first heat, if I was going to stay on top of the 18 to 24-year-olds. And I'm still there. Still very much there. Some of the photos are really funny. In addition to that, it was a really great race. I think in short, to kind of like sum it up, because like obviously the big thing is that I won, you know, my age group. But there was a time. So I kind of how the race went. I usually try and redline. Not usually. I don't try. I usually redline, which means like you're almost like putting almost in like your full effort over a mile, but you have 3 miles, right? So you're exceeding a lot more than you need to. So I decided to pace a lot more during this first half of the race, because I knew if I could like keep enough in the tank that I could do well in the second half. And that's exactly what happened. So I basically am like second after like 2 obstacles. We head into the forest for like a mile. We come out, we do barbed wire, monkey bars, finish those super fast. We then head down this hill and we head to this helix. And like I said, it's like dominoes where it's like an X pattern and they just kind of cross. And so you have to kind of like go again, up. It's kind of a hard obstacle to describe, right? So the obstacle, like that obstacle, there was a guy who was in front of me for basically like the entire race. He like did not know how to do that obstacle, and I'm pretty sure he failed it, because I completed it like super fast because I know the obstacle. I know how to complete it fast. I then go into rolling mud, which was awful. It was so tiring. My legs were dead after it. And mind you, it's like the easiest obstacle. I was dead after, right? So I go through slip wall, dunk wall, and the slip wall. Oh my God, my legs were dead. My legs were dead. So I climb down. I look back, and I see him coming into the rolling mud for the first time. I'm like, this dude did not know what to do on Helix. So that was that. And I also had video, and my mom videotaped it. And yeah, he did not know how to complete that obstacle. And that happened. I go hit my spear throw real quick. I was like, okay, I didn't practice it. I forgot to. And I hit it. I'm like, yes, let's go. So I go run. And then we go into the Atlas ball, get through that, go up this hill. And there's this guy behind me who ends up actually beating me. But we go through like the sandbag. We go through the bucket carry, and this guy, he had like this little heart rate monitor. He passed me on the bucket carry because he was a little bit bigger than I was. So in percentage wise, it was like a third of his body weight, where it was actually a third of my body weight, but it was like, like a fifth of his body weight, right? He was a little bit bigger, and he passed me. I was just trying to stay in contact. So we go through that. We go through the A-frame. We go through Hercules hoist, and there was this long stretch after like the Z-wall. And I was like, oh my God, this is like my time to go pass him, because it's like, bro, dude, it's a long stretch. I know I'm a faster runner than him. It was just a heavy carries, and he just kept the distance. And then we had a whole bunch of obstacles right after. So we did that, and we're about to go up this hill, and I pass him right as we're going up this hill. I go up to the rope climb. My hands are still so battered from the rope climb because I tried getting down fast because I knew I had to get down this hill. And I go down this hill, and I'm just dead. And I'm like probably like 300 meters from the finish line. And I'm like, dude, my legs are dead. But I'm like, I'm willing to suffer for this minute that I'm about to run, this minute and a half that I'm about to run, because I know I'll recover after. I'll be fine after, right? And I'm like, just come on, just get down this hill. And he gets to like this inverted wall before me. I'm like right next to him. I didn't want to go anywhere else. I was like, I'm going to go right next to you. Get up there, climb over it. He like throws himself over. I get down. We both start running. He's like 5 feet in front of me. He gets to the vertical cargo net, which is straight up and down instead of an A-frame like the letter A. Oh my God. He got up, and he's big. He's tall, right? So like climbing up something that has, like a foot spacer, 2 feet, foot and a half spacer, not ideal for him. I just soared the thing like freaking Tarzan. Curious George out here. Flip over, and he's like, good job. And I get off, and I'm like, freak yeah, let's go. And yeah, that's how I came the fastest 18 to 24-year-old at the Seattle Spartan. And then I did a whole bunch of posting stuff that day. So great event, honestly. What a great freaking event. And by the way, I think I had my best YouTube video on my main channel that just posted today. I'm going to look at it. It was a short form video, right? And man, did it do good. Man, did it do good. It did 9.9 thousand views. Which shorts is always a little interesting, but that for me is really, really good. Very happy about that. And, yeah, I get like 30 subscribers from it. So hopefully those, subscribers, become fans. And by the way, Nationers, our goal by the end of the year is to hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel. So if you guys are new here and stayed all the way to the end of this episode, make sure to go hit that subscribe button. Go see what's behind it. I'm pretty sure it's pancake mix. However, Nationers, thank you guys so much for watching episode 41 of the Realest Podcast. I appreciate you guys so much if you guys stayed here. I'll see you later. Have a good one. 07. Peace. Peace.